today is something that I kind of delayed in, something that I didn't necessarily. Matter of fact, if we give you the whole story of it, I went to the gun store to get a AR-10. Had a nice AR-10 in there, had it modded out pretty good, $600. Matter of fact, $700 optic scope on it, various other things, breaker on it. They had it just decked out real good. I missed that gun by one day. I was getting ready to take vacation. I got off that day, went in to get it, and the guy came in and purchased it the day before me. So I was kind of upset I didn't get to get the AR-10, but at some point I get it. And so while I was in there, I was looking around and messed around and seen something that I've kind of delayed getting for a while. All of my friends have them, different ones that I know. Of course, law enforcement, they live and die by them in certain places. Gun owners, gun store owners and operators, they have them on their hip at all times. And it's just something that everybody lives and die by. I watched the videos on them. I've seen them. I've known them. I know they're reliable. I know they're good, the whole 9 yards. But it was just nothing really that stuck out to me like that. You know, if I like whatever I like, and if it jump out, it jumps out. If it's good, it's good. And this gun is all of the above, but I just never really was drawn to getting it. But let me tell you something now. Now that I have it, oh man, I've fallen in love with it, man. I'm trying to tell you, it's everything that everybody else has been talking about. And let's skip all of that because I know you're trying to see what is it. What is it? All right, bet. Boom. You already know what it is. By the box itself, it is none other than a Glock. I bought this Glock, man. Picked this up the other day, and I'm telling you, I've fallen in love with it. This is a Glock 19 Gen 5. You know, Glocks have different generations on them. They're chambered in various millimeter sizes. This is a Glock 19 Gen 5 chambered in 9mm. Just to go ahead and let everybody know, of course, the mag is empty. There's nothing in the inside. There's no, ammunition, the whole 9 yards. So just to let you know, man, this gun is nice. I'm trying to tell you, it's sleek. Again, I didn't really, not necessarily care for Glocks. It's just something that I wasn't drawn to for the most part. But now that I have it, man, now that it's in my hand, oh man, this bad boy is sexy. I'm trying to tell you, it's sexy. I love the sleek color on it, or the black color on it. It's sleek. The designs are sharp and crisp. The mag is pretty cool. The spring in the mag looks pretty good. It falls out nicely. And that's what you want to take a look at as well. And then also just the way that it grips. You know what I'm saying? I love the way your hand, let me tell you something. If you're buying a gun and it does not feel right in your hands, then you don't want to get it. Because, having a firearm, you want to make sure that it feels absolutely great in your hands. It's almost like every time you grab the gun, your hand is making love to the gun for the most part. You see what I'm saying? It has to feel good. There has to be some kind of connection, at least for me. At least for me. Whenever I grab and grip it, man, and it just feels real good to the hand, I know this is a winner for the most part. And so this is a nice clean grip on it, man. Makes it feel real good. I love the fact being that this is my first Glock. I'm not for sure if all of the Glocks does this or not, but it seems that if once you load it, chamber it, makes it look nice, it's nice and clean in there. Get ready to shoot it. Once you pull that trigger after all the ammunition is gone, I love how the trigger goes back. So just in case, for whatever reason, and I hope that's not the case, you leave this gun out or whatever the case may be, and somebody, especially a child or toddler, youth or whatever, get their hand on it, they are not able to, especially depending upon their age, fire off a round and endanger themselves or anybody else. So, it seems like once there's no more ammunition in the magazine, or once there's not one in the chamber itself, once it's been fired out, looks like the mag right there will not move any further. So that's a plus. Man, this gun feels good. Let me see. This is my first Glock, so let's see what comes in the box. So I got one mag. All right, bet. That's nice. Seems like they gave you 3 total. 15, able to hold 15 rounds in each. I'm assuming one in the head, that gives you a total of 16. So that's pretty cool. 3 mag, 16. All right, bet. What is this? All right, this is a speed loader or mag loader. Amen. Put the bullet down there, pull it down. It helps you load it so your hands doesn't get cramped. It's double stacked, so that's always a plus as well. I love that 9 milli. Let's see what else is in here. We have some extra grips to change out, swap out in case. Because one reason I picked this gun in general, there were other Glocks, other gins in the store, and even the gun owner himself or the store owner was trying to get me to get another gun because my hands, they are a decent size. They're not, massive, but yet they're still not small. And the other Glock I was going to get, it extended down a little bit further, which was fine, but I just loved how my hands is big enough to where my finger isn't, just falling way down here. Because again, if it doesn't feel good, then you're not going to shoot it as well. So you want to get it to where it feels absolutely sexy or nice in your hand. So when you grab it, man, you want to make sure that, it just feels good, it looks good, you're confident about what you're going to do and release and shoot the whole 9 yards. So instead of me picking the other Glock, I picked this one because for one, it felt great in my hands. I was still able to grab it. My finger wasn't lingering down. And then also it's still is large enough to look nice, but still small enough to be concealable as well. So I can use this as a good concealed carry weapon and not feel ashamed about it or not having it bulky down. The weight on it is, is a little bit heavier than what I normally have and carry. Sometime on my concealed carry, I'll use a Taurus 40 cal, things like 7-shot, 6 in the head, 6 in the mag and 1 in the head. And that's a pretty light gun for the most part. So if I switch from a carry gun to this right here, then it's a little bit heavier, but at the same time, I'm getting more rounds and more firepower far as shooting. So I'm not real mad about that. That's why we go to the range, people. That's why I said we go to the range on a regular basis so that we can get to practice with whatever firearm we're choosing to carry. Because you don't want to have a gun and not be able to utilize that gun whenever the need is there. So other than the little weight on it, which is not that bad at all, it's not a bulky gun. For those who've ashamed, who've had, a high point down through the years as a first gun or what have you, you know how heavy those guns are right there. It's nowhere compared to that for the most part, but it is still a difference between that Taurus 40 cal that I was toting and this right here. But I love how sleek it is, man. I promise you, I've waited and waited and waited. Plenty of people have tried to convert me over to getting a Glock. I never was pressed on it. I was never really the one who just, jump on board just because everybody else jumps on board. But let me tell you something. I go back, man, I renege. I go back and I never really cursed it or said anything bad about it. I just wasn't pressed to get one. But I knew eventually I was going to get one anyway. If you're a gun collector, if you like guns anyway, you're going to have it. It's just like me, I'm a Mustang guy. But the fact that I'm a Mustang guy does not exclude the fact that I like a nice car. So if Chevy makes a nice car, if different ones make nice cars, I got to acknowledge it because I'm still a car enthusiast. You see what I'm saying? So just like this right here, I knew eventually as a gun owner and collector that I would eventually get me a Glock. And let me say, this is the first one, but definitely not the last one indeed. So got some grips in here. That's pretty cool. We can switch those out whenever we need to switch those out. Seems like they gave us a standard lock. You definitely want to have a lock it up. One of the things that I definitely promote is gun safety. Make sure you have locks. Make sure you have the necessary, the bags, the gun safe. Make sure you have a gun safe depending upon how many guns you have. Just basically at the end of the day, make sure you are putting these firearms up and away from any potential person that could be involved with an accident or somebody who does not know. We want to make sure that we're not harming our loved ones just because the love of our guns or either for the fact that we're trying to protect our family. Also, I got a cleaning rod in here. Load that up and clean it as you need. You definitely want to make sure that your gun is firing properly. Break down it and clean it as well. Look like what else is in here is the manual or some paperwork and all the good stuff like that, letting us know. I don't want to bore you with that, but I do want to just take a look at it again, man. This Glock 19 Gen 5. Gen 5. Again, we know that Glock makes, they have so many different gens. They have chambered in 45, chambered in 40 cal, chambered in 22, chambered in 9, and the list goes on and on and on and on. But I just love this, again, because of the grip itself, the way that it feels in my hand, how small and yet how, I guess, large it is at the same time. For some people, it may be the perfect fit. Like me, my hand is not massive, but again, they're not too small. So again, it feels great in the hand. You know, you just want to have a clean feel. I don't know how anybody else does it, choose it, or picks it, but whenever I grab a hold of it and it just feels right, you'll know, man. You will know. I'll probably put some night sights on it at some point. I'll probably put I'll debate and either put a laser or a high flashlight, depending upon what I want. Probably, I would say it's probably going to be a light more. No, it might be sleep. My first one, I might get a beam. I might get put a beam on it or laser on it. Just kind of make it look nice. Put some night sights on it, make it look real well, and make sure she's sexy and keep that bad boy looking right. I mean, man, I love this. All black. She looks nice. Spring in the mags fall out real well. You know what I mean? I like that. You got 15, like I said, put one in the head. That's 16. And you're going to be good to go, man. I can't wait to get this bad boy to the range or get it outside. I just picked it up, so I have not even fired it yet. But it feels good in the hand. And if you can have it to where it's feeling good in the hand, then you can make it count and do what it needs to do whenever it's time for you to use this. So for all of those who have debated about it, I know some may be asking, well, what was the price on it? I think it was $4.99, if I'm not correct. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was $4.99 with tax, 5 and some change, I believe it was, etc. So, you know, for Glocks, you're gonna pay a decent price, but with what you're getting and the reliability on it, you know, again, like I said in my other segment, you know, there's no price tag that you can put on your life or saving your family's life or etc., your property, etc. So if you want something reliable, you're gonna have to spend money to get it. If you know anything about guns, this is not the highest gun that you can grab, but they stay at a nice standard price, just like with various cars, because they don't drop in value. You know, this is, everybody knows about the Glock world and what you're getting, a reliable, functional gun that can save your life, that is pretty accurate in what it does, and still able to be nice, sleek, and super cool. So I love this gun, man. I kind of hate that I waited so long to get it. But now that I got it, you best believe I'm going to use this as my concealed carry. I use it probably as an everyday gun overall, because I have different guns that I may use whenever I'm out and about, depending on what car I drive. If I drive one particular car of mine, I have a Taurus 357 that I use, and I normally keep that, and then I make moves with that whenever I got to dip in and out of places. Then if I drive my other car, I'm normally carrying either the 40 cal or the 45, but I normally have the 40 cal on me with that day when I'm driving that car. When I'm with my family, I'm normally carrying my Smith & Wesson 9mm. So that's when I'm with my wife and the family, and we're pulling up or rolling around, whatever. Then I'm driving I'm using my Smith & Wesson 9, and I keep that with, you know, a couple of extra mags for anything. And a lot of times I go out to, you know, buy things on Craigslist or Facebook Supermarket, and I'm checking out, either I'm going out of town to, you know, check this stuff out by myself. And anytime I'm going out of town, or if I'm solo to go, you know, meet up with somebody, then normally I'm going to carry the midgets. You know what I'm saying? My wife said, "You going to go by yourself?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to carry one of the midgets." And she's like, "What's one of the midgets?" One of the midgets either is my AR-15 pistol or it's my mini Draco AK-47, chambered AK-47 7.62 by 39. And so sometimes, you know, depending on what day it is, how I feel, I throw that in the car and just roll around with that as well to make sure. I know a lot of us keep that as a good truck gun and all, and that's fine. But I make sure that I have something with a couple of mags as well in case anything pop off. You know, just like I know, you want to match the firepower that's coming towards you, or you want to overwhelm them with the firepower you have. There's no need. You want to take people out that's bringing a threat on your life. So typically, you know, the AR-15 pistol or that mini Draco, it does the job very well. I was just at the, shooting at the range with a good friend of mine a few weeks ago, and I was loving the accuracy on both of those, so I love those, man. But getting back to this Glock 19, let's look at it one more time before we get up out of here. This was the unboxing of my Glock. Again, like I told you before, I've waited so long to get this, but now I kind of regret waiting so long. I wasn't pressed on getting it, but now that I have it, man, how sleek it is, how super cool it looks, you know what I'm saying? That black is sexy on there, man. My God, boy, that grip, again, the grip is where it's at. You gotta go, at least for me, you gotta go with what feels good in your hand. Like I said before, if your hand is just like your hand making love to that gun, man, it just got to feel right. If it don't feel right, then you ain't gotta get it, because you always want something that's gonna feel good to you. Because if it feels good to you, then you're gonna put the effort in to make sure that you are taking this seriously. This is a nice, sexy gun. I love it, man. Can't say too much bad about it so far. I haven't went to the range to shoot it, but just like a good name in the community, your character gonna speak for itself, and we all know that Glock has been speaking for itself for many years, and there's nothing wrong. This is a Gen 19. This is a Glock 19 Gen 5, Generation 5, chambered in 9mm, and it seems like it's gonna be a nice, functional gun, something I'm gonna love. So I'm gonna switch this out and use this for my everyday carry so far and see how that works, and then we'll check it out and go from there, man. So we appreciate everything. Hope you have a great holiday weekend, and know that all is well, and we love you. Salute you. I salute to you, and know that your boy Chill Will coming back again with BWG, Black with Guns. Get you something, protect yourself, make it do what it do, baby. Till the next time, I'm out.